scared of squares and square root? No more. Let's start an interesting introduction to the magical maths of multiplying numbers by themselves. So, what is a square? When you multiply a number by its identical twin or by itself, we call it a square. For example, if I say 2 multiply by 2, I am multiplying 2 by its identical twin and getting 4. So here 4 is the square of what? 2. If you take x multiplied by x square is the square of x. That is, when you multiply any number by its identical twin or say itself, we get its square and we write the power 2. Simply 2 into 2 can also be written as 2 square. 4 into 4 is 16, or it can be written as 4 square. So this is the simplest way to find square. Just multiply the number by itself and you will get its square. Now, why we call it a square? Why we call it a square? As we all know that if we take a square, then its sides are equal. So, finding square is nothing less than the area of any square. So, here if I take a square with side A, then its area will be A multiplied by A. What is happening here? A is multiplied by its identical twin, that is itself, and we are getting A square, which is the square of A. Similarly, you can find square of any number by multiplying it by itself. For example, 11 into 11 will give you 121, which is square of 11. Now, the perfect square club. See, whenever a number is multiplied by itself, we get its perfect square. Now, what is this perfect square? Any number can be multiplied by itself to get a perfect square. Any means any. For example, 4, 5, 5 into 5 gives you 25. Similarly, 8 into 8 will be equal to 64. So, any number, any natural number can be multiplied by itself to get its square. Clear? Next. Now, what is square root? It's just the undo button. A square root is exact opposite of squaring a number. You can say that it works in backward direction. For example, if I say 5 multiply by 5, this is giving you 25. Now, ask yourself a reverse question. Which number multiplied by itself gives you 25? So, here the answer is 5. So, 5 is the square root of 5. Now, the square root is represented by the radical symbol. So, if I want to find square root of 25, I will represent 25 under the root. You can write this too or not. If you don't write, it is understood that we are talking about square root only. But if you are finding cube root or any nth root, you have to mention it here. Clear? Now, if I say square root of 25, now what is the reverse of 25? How did you get 25? When 5 was multiplied by itself, we got 25. So 5 is the square root of 25. Similarly, if you write 121 and take square root of it, so 11 will be the answer, because 11 multiplied by itself gives you 121. Clear? So this way, when you ask yourself a question, what number multiplied by itself give me this value, you will get the square root of the given number. Now, perfect square in real life. See, chessboard is the best example for it. So if you see along the chessboard, along its length, along the length and along the breadth, we have same number of squares. So it is a perfect example of perfect square. Any one face of a Rubik's cube is also an example of perfect square. So, I hope the concept of squares and square root is clear. For more detailed videos on properties of square root, follow my YouTube channel Poonam's Maths Orbit, and don't forget to like, share and comment. Thank you.